7 men's stories, exciting entertainment.
Alexander the Great, the legend of the unbeaten conqueror. Welcome to an exciting journey through the life of one of history's greatest conquerors. Alexander the Great, also known as Alexander III of Macedon, was one of the most prominent military leaders and conquerors in history. Born in 366 BC in Pella, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Macedon, he managed to build one of the largest empires of antiquity in just a few years. His military prowess, charisma and vision of a united empire stretching from Greece to India make him a fascinating historical figure. Chapter 1. The Early Years. Alexander was born as the son of King Philip II and Queen Olympias. Even at a young age, he displayed exceptional talents and a remarkable thirst for knowledge. Under the guidance of his famous tutor, Aristotle, he received a comprehensive education in science, philosophy, and the arts of war. Early on, his insatiable curiosity and drive for glory and honor became apparent. One of the most famous stories from his youth is the taming of the wild horse, Bucephalus. While no one else could ride the spirited animal, Alexander succeeded with remarkable ease. This event symbolized his future success and his ability to achieve the impossible. Chapter 2. Rise to Power. In 336 BC, after the assassination of his father Philip II, Alexander ascended the throne of Macedon at the age of just 20. He inherited a strong and well-organized kingdom built by Philip's military reforms and political alliances. But Alexander wanted more. He dreamed of an empire that would exceed the limits of the known world. He began his reign by subduing the Greek city-states, which sought to regain their independence after Philip's death. In a series of swift and decisive campaigns, he brought Greece under his control, establishing himself as the undisputed leader of the Hellenes. Chapter 3. The Persian Campaign. With Greece secured, Alexander turned his gaze to the mighty Persian Empire. In 334 BC, he crossed the Hellespont, modern-day Dardanelles, and began his legendary campaign against the Persians. At the Battle of the Granicus River, he achieved his first significant victory, laying the foundation for the conquest of Asia Minor. One of the most dramatic moments of his campaign was the Battle of Issus in 333 BC. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander defeated the army of Persian King Darius III, forcing him to flee. This victory cemented Alexander's reputation as an invincible commander and opened the gates to Syria and Egypt. Chapter 4. The Founding of Alexandria. In Egypt, Alexander was welcomed as a liberator. He founded the city of Alexandria, which would become one of the most important metropolises of the ancient world. Alexandria quickly developed into a center for trade, science, and culture, playing a crucial role in the spread of Greek civilization. During his stay in Egypt, Alexander also visited the famous Oracle of Siwa, where he was acknowledged as the son of the god Zeus. This divine endorsement solidified his status as a ruler and strengthened his belief in his own invincibility. Chapter 5. The Decisive Battle of Gaugamela. In 331 BC, Alexander faced the decisive confrontation with Darius III at the Battle of Gaugamela. Despite the Persians' significant numerical superiority, Alexander achieved an overwhelming victory through clever tactics and personal bravery. Darius fled once again but was later assassinated by his own generals. With the victory at Gaugamela, the Persian Empire was effectively conquered, and Alexander declared himself King of Asia. He continued his conquests, marching eastward until he eventually reached the borders of India. Chapter 6. The Invasion of India. The campaign in India presented Alexander with new challenges. At the Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BC, he encountered the formidable King Porus, who offered fierce resistance. Despite intense fighting and heavy casualties, Alexander managed to defeat Porus and integrate his kingdom. Impressed by the bravery and noble character of the defeated king, Alexander treated Porus with great respect, allowing him to rule his kingdom under his own authority. This act of generosity solidified Alexander's reputation as a fair and visionary ruler. Chapter 7. Return and Death. After years of continuous warfare and conquest, Alexander's army refused to march further east. He returned to Babylon, where he began to plan further conquests and the administration of his vast empire. However, his relentless ambition and the strain of his campaigns took their toll. In 323 BC, at the age of just 32, Alexander suddenly died under mysterious circumstances. His death left a power vacuum and led to a period of unrest and the fragmentation of his empire. Chapter 8. Alexander's Legacy. Despite his early death, Alexander left behind a profound legacy. His conquests led to the spread of Greek culture and influenced the development of the Hellenistic world. Cities like Alexandria became centers of knowledge and trade, and the Greek language and culture shaped the regions he had conquered for centuries. Alexander's vision of a united empire, where different peoples and cultures could coexist peacefully, inspired generations of rulers and thinkers. Although his empire fell apart after his death, his impact on history and civilization was immeasurable. Chapter 9. Alexander's influence in the modern world. Even today, Alexander the Great continues to fascinate historians, writers, and the general public. His strategic and military achievements are studied at military academies worldwide, and his vision of a global empire continues to inspire political and cultural discussions. In modern pop culture, Alexander is a symbol of ambition, courage, and the ability to achieve the impossible. Movies, books, and documentaries repeatedly tell his story, keeping his memory alive. Chapter 10. A Final Reflection. Alexander the Great remains one of the most dazzling figures in history. His unparalleled conquests, his ability to inspire people, and his vision of a united empire make him a timeless hero. Despite his short life, he left an impact that forever changed the world. His story is a reminder that even the greatest dreams can become reality if one has the courage to follow them. Alexander the Great teaches us that there are no limits except those we set for ourselves.
Feel free to follow this channel to avoid missing any new content. Disclaimer: the images are AI generated and are for illustration purposes. The stories on this channel are researched to the best of our knowledge.